Yes, madam, you are clear. Yeah, it is fine.
Yes, yes.
You can continue.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Balaji Fraternity, I genially welcome Chairman of Balaji Group of Institutions, Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad Reddy, sir, Secretary, Dr. G. Rajeshwar Reddy, sir, Principal of Balaji Institute of Technology and Science, Dr. V.S. Hariharan, sir, Principal of Balaji Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dr. N. Raghunandan, sir, today's guest, Dr. Anita, madam, today's program convener and head of mechanical department, Mr. S. Fanindra, coordinator of today's program, Mr. E. Kalyan Kumar, assistant professor of mechanical department, all the heads of the departments, faculty friends of Balaji Group of Institutions, and all the participants, I wholeheartedly welcome you all to this one-day online webinar on Give Wings to Your Stress, which is related to stress management. In a nutshell, to speak about our Balaji, in our Balaji Group of Institutions, we offer KG to PG courses, and it is spearheaded by eminent personalities, renowned doctors, Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad Reddy, sir, and Dr. Rajeshwar Reddy, sir. And this webinar is organized by our BITS College. So I'd like to throw some light on our college. Balaji Institute of Technology and Science, Narsapet Warangal, is popularly known as BITS. And the inception of this college is in the year 2001. And it got affiliated with NAC and NBA. In our institute, there is an exceptional focus on campus recruitment training to the students, and we organize on campus, off campus, and campus school drives. Many of our students are getting placed in the corporate world, and where we strive towards the students' welfare, academic growth, their placement, and overall personality. Actually, every semester, we conduct many technical talks, workshops, guest lectures, symposiums, where we could spread knowledge through programs. But as we couldn't do all those now in the present situation, we are conducting such webinars and other type of programs. Coming to the programs, our college offer are civil, EEE, mechanical, ECE, CSE, and artificial intelligence, computer science and business system, and computer science and information technology. In MTech program, also we offer courses like electrical power systems, embedded systems, CAD/CAM, digital systems, and computer electronics and software engineering. Thank you. This is in a nutshell about our college. Now I shall welcome coordinator of today's program, Mr. E. Kalyan Kumar, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Department, to speak few words. Over to you, Kalyan.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And respected Honorable Chairman Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad Reddy Garu, and Principal of Balaji Group of Balaji Institute of Technology and Hariharan Garu, and Pharmacy Principal Raghunandan Garu, and various head of the departments and convener Fanindra sir, and all my dear faculty members, and all the participants who have attended the session. A very good afternoon to one and all. So I'd like to really thank the speaker, Dr. Anita R.A. to take part in this great event. So I hope all the participants will get utilized with the session due to the pandemic situation where everyone gone through several stresses over regarding the corona. And I hope the participants will utilize this session and give their valuable feedback towards the session. And on behalf of management, I thank the great opportunity for me to coordinate this event. Thank you so much. Thank you to ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Kalyan. Surely, I think this webinar will be very helpful to all of us. Now, I request convener and head of the Department of Mechanical Department, Mr. S. Fanindra, to speak few words. Over to you, Fan.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chairman, sir, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Reddy Garu, and Secretary, sir, and Principal Dr. V.S. Hariharan, sir, and Principal Raghunandan, sir, and all HODs and all the participants from all our institutions. Very good afternoon to one and all. I sincerely thank our management and principal and AO and other for providing all the facilities for organizing the workshop. And I sincerely thank today's chief guest for accepting our invitation and making her provision for decreasing the stress of all the participants. I thank each and everyone, and I request all the participants to cooperate and make the session fine. I thank all of you. Thank you. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Phanindra sir. Now I request Principal of Balaji Institute of Technology and Science, Dr. V.S. Hariharan sir, to voice his message to all of us. Over to you, sir.
Very good afternoon to one and all. So I welcome the dignitaries, Chairman of our Balaji Group of Institutions, Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad Reddy Garu, and Secretary Dr. G. Rajesh Reddy Garu, and today's speaker, respected Dr. Anita Are Madam, and Principal of Balaji Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dr. N. Raghunandan, Convener, Mr. S. Phanindra, Coordinator, Mr. E. Kalyan Kumar, all faculty members, and my dear participants. It is a great opportunity for us to conduct this webinar, especially during the present time. As normally everyone will be having a stress as a student in studies, as a sports person during competition, as a people at a workplace, those who are working, or in the family, parents to handle the children. And that too in the present situation, pandemic situation, still the stress in each and everyone will be more. So in this connection, I thank Professor Ganesh for referring the madam in order to conduct this useful webinar for all the staff members and students and parents at this junction. So as being a clinical psychologist, she has conducted so many sessions, and also as a trainer, she has trained people working in so many organizations as well as in the schools. So really we feel honored to have you, madam. And I hope all the participants will try to understand each and every points and see that at least their stress is managed in the sense get relieved based on the inputs given by the madam during this session. I once again thank the organizing committee members of the mechanical department. Thank you very much. Over to Kanashri madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now I request Principal of Balaji Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dr. N. Raghunandan sir, to voice his message. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kanashri. And at the outset, very good afternoon to our beloved chairman, the keynote speaker, Dr. Anita, and all audience on the online program. And really, I feel very happy to organize this program that is give wings to your stress. And I know, being a pharmacist, about the psychological treatments and drugs used for neuro disorders. And most of the times when we are in a stress, we sometimes call it as anxiety, sometimes we call it as a depression. Sometimes it may causes by the surroundings, and sometimes it may be neurochemical disorders. And absolutely, the stress nowadays has become a part of body, and everyone has to remove this part as an appendix. And I really feel happy that program is organizing give wings to your stress. And of course, I am being a student. When I was admitted into 10th class, I was stressed to how to pass in my 10th, then how to get the seat in intermediate. Then, even after joining into B Pharm, again, I am worried about how to get my master's. After that, I am again worried about my job. After getting my job, again, I am worried how to handle it. Can you? And And after getting a job and again out marriage also stress, after getting married, again I'm in stress, I'm blessed with the kids, again stress, again handling the kids, again stress, admitting kids into the school, every point of time, every moment of your life, we will be under stress. So certainly every person, every human being should know about the handling or management of the stress. And I hope every audience who are going to participate in this program certainly listen to the expert speaker, Dr. Anita, and certainly they will able to get manage, and they're able to get some of the clues to manage their life stress freely. And I hope this session will be wonderful for every one of the audience. And I especially thank Dr. Anita ji for coming as a keynote speaker and addressing all my colleagues as well as parents. And I wish you all the best for the program. Thank you, Vanda.
Thank you, sir. I think after listening to Anita Madam's speech, you and we all will be stress-free, sir. I hope so. Now, before inviting Anita Madam to speak, I would like to introduce Anita Madam, and I feel pleasure to introduce her. Dr. Anita Madam is a clinical psychologist, corporate trainer, MOT trainer, parenting expert, and motivational speaker. Dr. Anita has 8 years of experience as clinical psychologist. Currently, she has been working as an assistant professor in Bhaskara Medical College. She was consultant and faculty dealing psychology at IGNOU. She has good experience in counseling, therapy, and psychometric assessment. She has published many articles in top newspapers and websites. Dr. Anita trains people on soft skills, personality development, communication skills, and gives various sessions on different psychological issues. She has penned a book named The Blooming Brains, Role of Parenting in the Millennium Age. And she also has given many talks in media focusing on memory skills, behavioral problems, depression, and many more, where in few of the media like Doordarshan Live, ETV Live, TV10, and the other. She has also accomplished many awards like Samavedana Award for the Best Paper Presentation. And Dr. Anita also has guided 22 students of MA Psychology in submission of research projects. Dr. Anita Madam has journals and even authored many workshops. She has also conducted workshops and sessions in the corporate sector, like Overseas, Google, Facebook, IBM, and many more. Our motto of these sessions is to bring out the confidence in every individual and make them realize their true potential. Our mission is to bring change in the thoughts and behavior of the people. And I think she brings changes in our thoughts and behaviors. Nice to have you with us, madam. I welcome you, madam, to voice your message to all of us. Over to Anita, madam.
Thank you, Karunasri, madam.
Pleasure.
Good afternoon, everyone. The chairman, sir, the HODs and the secretary, and all the faculty and the participants, a very good afternoon. Today, my session is mainly on what is meant by stress and what happens if you are stressed out and how to manage it. So I'm going to teach you few techniques and tips in a life so that you can practice it on a regular basis so that you can come out of the stress.
Thank you, madam. Now I request Chairman of Balaji Group of Institutions, Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad Reddy, sir, to voice your message. Sir, over to you, sir. Chairman, sir, over to you, sir. Kalyan, can we find Chairman Sir in the participants?
Yes, yes. Sir is there, ma'am.
Yes.
Sir,
Okay.
please unmute.
Right.
Dear participants, please keep in mute condition. All of you mute your audios. Participants.
Chairman Sir, could you unmute and speak, sir? Over to Chairman Sir.
Respected today's speaker, Dr. Anita, Madam, and respected principal, and respected organizers of this program, and all my dear participants. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I will say thanks on behalf of my college to Anita, Madam, to taking this session, to all the participants, especially to my teachers. Really, I am very thankful. I am also eager to hear your program. I heard wonderful about you. My faculty is telling very good about you, and we are all eager to hear you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. We are also very much awaited to listen to the talk of Dr. Anita. Thank you, sir. Now I request Anita, Madam, to proceed the session on Give Wings to Your Stress. Over to Anita, Madam.
Yeah. One kind request is please mute your phones as well, because once it vibrates, it will give you lots of echo in the system. And the second thing is please mute your mics, because we are here for a purpose. So let us serve the purpose first. So in today's session, we are going to talk about what is meant by stress. We are going to learn lots of stress management techniques. There are different types of stress as well. So we are going to talk about all those things. So for every session, I have a habit of giving gratitude to few people in my life. And I want you to learn this so that you can teach your students and the whoever in and around your life. So people who are stand comfortable, people who are sitting, sit comfortable. So just close your eyes. Don't worry, this is not a prayer. This is only 1 minute of activity, which you feel lighter. Whenever you are being tired or doing, having some kind of stress, you can do this for only 1 minute. Just close your eyes and bring your father and mother in front of your eyes, both the parents. Just thank them for what all things they have done to you. Maybe they didn't treat you properly, or they didn't give you the property. It's okay. But they gave you this body and brain. So we are always thankful to them. When you are an infant, when you are not able to do anything, they are the only people who try to help you out. So just thank your parents first. Second, from morning, we are eating lots of things, from breakfast to snack and lunch. We had lots of things. So all these things in the good lockdown also, we were eating. We didn't stop eating. So the people who produced all these things, the farmers, the agriculturists, please thank them all and wish them that they should stay safe. Nothing should happen to their families. Just pray for them for only 5 seconds. Just remember all the farmers in and around you, or the agriculturists who gave you this food in the good lockdown as well. And the third thing is, we are able to sit here with a calm and peaceful mind because of our soldiers. I just want you to wish them all the best, because they are in trouble. They are working in no light conditions, full of sand and whatnot. In a troublesome conditions, they are trying to protect us. So we'll just thank them for their effortless efforts to save us. So another 30 seconds, just bring these 3 pictures in your mind: your parents, the farmers, the soldiers. Just pray for them that nothing should happen to them. They should have a happy and healthy life. They should have a smile on their face. Always, God should bless them. Yes. Now, I know most of you might have felt a bit happy because of the prayer. You know why we felt happy because of the prayer? This is not what we are asking for us. I didn't go to the a pilgrim place and ask, I want a promotion, I want an increment, I want my child to get this seat, or I want a US job. I'm not asking anything for myself. This is for others. When you are doing something for others, automatically you feel very happy. This is the first point which I want you to remember. As a human beings, we are here to help others. So let us go to the main course of stress management. So whenever I ask what is meant by stress, people come up with lots of answers. I didn't get promotion, so I'm stressed out. I expect something. This is not happening. My spouse is not listening to me. My child never complies to my request and whatnot. I have financial issues. So many things. So all these things are under the umbrella of stress. So according to the psychology, what is meant by stress? Stress is when the environmental demands are so high that your inner abilities are not able to cope up with that. So let me repeat the same sentence. When the environmental demands exceeds your inner abilities, then we get into stress. Let me make it very simple. So I have 10 rupees and I have to spend 100 rupees. That is a stress for me. I have 1 hour of time and I have to do 10 tasks. That is stress for me. And sometimes what happens, I want something to be in a particular order, but that is not happening. I am stressed out. I expect a thanks from my XYZ. They are not thanking me. So I'm stressed out. See, when you are having the demands outside are more than your inner abilities, definitely you are getting into the stress. So people generally doesn't know that we have two types of stress. The first is we have a stress, what I told you, all the negative events happening in your life. The other type of stress is eustress, that is positive stress. Suddenly you got an increment or a promotion. That day you cannot sleep because you have a positive stress and you have shifted to your own house. You cannot sleep because of the excitement we think, but that is a positive stress. So whatever happens sudden in our life or whatever is events, maybe the negative or the positive events, we are being stressed out. So let me tell you the adverse effects of stress. We know there are lots of adverse effects. Depending upon this pandemic, I want to talk. So whenever there is lots of stress in us, what happens, our brain starts producing lots of cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone which directly impairs, affects your immune system. Let me repeat one more time. The more stress, the less the immunity. The less the immunity, the more the chances of getting into the COVID-19. So when you are relaxed and happy, your immune system will be very, very high. Stress can have effects from common cold till cancer. You have different kinds of illness depending upon the time period which you are undergoing the stress. If you are having stress for a long period, you can get into gastrointestinal problems, or sometimes it will lead to some kind of skin allergies, lots of things. So from common cold to cancer, stress can affect your immune system. This is the first thing which I want you to know. So what happens when you are having stress? So how do you identify whether you are stressed out or not? One day you are very happy, the other day you are very sad, the other day you are anxious. That doesn't mean that you don't have stress. Let me give you a few examples how to identify stress, because once you identify, then you can take the proper steps. So the first thing is when you have physical symptoms. I'm talking about the physical symptoms of stress. When you have pains in your body, that means you are being stressed out. For example, today you have cough muscle, tomorrow you have a shoulder pain, day after tomorrow you have a backache, and the other day it is a headache, and sometimes you have multiple pains in the same day. So all these physiological changes, the pain what you are mentally having is being shown in physical way. That is the physical symptoms. And the psychological symptoms, when you are more stressed out, you become irritable very easily. You don't feel like picking up the calls. You don't feel like your mobile ringtone, you hate it, so you put it in a silent mode. You become indecisive. You cannot plan anything. So for no good reason, you start picking up fights. These are all the indications of having stress in your life, because when there is stress, your thought process will come down. Let us talk about it after some time. And the third, the biological cycles also changes when you are in stress. You eat a lot or you don't eat at all. you sleep a lot or you don't sleep at all. And sometimes the alcohol, the nicotine, the tea, all these habits will be increased. And sometimes eating chocolates, eating spicy food also increases when you are in stress. So stress also changes your biological cycle. So now we know what is meant by stress and what kinds of stress we have and what are the effects of it. How can we identify whether we are stressed out or not? Let us come to the main topic now, how to manage your stress. This is very, very important. So there are few domains in which if you are having abilities, then you don't get into stress. The first thing is time management. So all of us will say we are running short of time, we don't have time, I'm not getting sleep for more than 4 hours or 5 hours, I don't know what kind of work I'm doing. All these dialogues we hear from others or we ourselves say to lots of people. Everyone has 24 hours of time, but few people are utilizing it very, very skillful manner or in a productive manner. But few people are not able to manage that. What is the reason behind it? Because time is very precious, because once 5 minutes is lost, it's lost forever from our life. Today I have wasted 5 minutes, that is gone from my life. So that you cannot get it back. And most of us will forget that time is money. None of us know that our time has also a value. When we are reading in newspapers and books that Warren Buffett's 1 minute ka value is this much, and Bill Gates earns this much, Zuckerberg earns this much, and Mukesh Ambani income is this much for one minute. So does our time doesn't have any value? No, guys, we are also having value. We never try to value it in money terms. So let me tell you how to estimate what kind of value you have for your time. Say, for example, you are working for 30 hours and your salary is XYZ. So divided it with 30 hours with this salary, you will get how much for 1 hour, divided it with 60 minutes, then you will get 1 minute ka value. Say, for example, my income for 1 minute is 10 rupees. If I am simply sitting for 5 minutes, that is, I lost 50 rupees from my income. So if you think like this, then definitely you start valuing your time, because money is the basic need for everyone. It is not the whole and soul thing, but it is the 80% of everyone's life. So let us make money, time into money value. Once you know time is money, then we generally stop wasting its time. So how to manage that? The first thing is to-do list. And I know most of you are from different backgrounds. And if you have an opportunity to visit Bangalore, just go to Vishveshwaraya Museum. There you can see Vishveshwaraya's 2 daily to-do lists of 2 days. To one wall it has been stuck when I saw it. One is at the age of 24 years, what Vishveshwaraya Garu was doing. The other is at the age of 74 years, what he was doing. So that is why we are celebrating one Engineer's Day in the whole year, because he has a to-do list for him. That's why he was able to achieve everything. People will say that, ma'am, we are bored of writing to-do list. We don't feel like writing. If we write, we are not able to do it. Exactly. I accept with that. Let me tell you how to overcome this to-do list kind of impairment. So these days we are all techies. So we have our laptop in our hand, our iPhone in our hand. So in that you can try to have a sticky notes. You can have a reminder there, or you can type it in your mobile or anything. You can do anything to write the to-do list. You don't need a paper and pen now to write a to-do list. So what is happening if you are not able to fulfill the to-do list? For example, I have 10 tasks today I have written. So I am able to do only 5. The rest of the 5 I was not able to do. So how this 5 is helping me out is very, very important. These 5 are reminders for me for tomorrow, so that tomorrow I have already 5 different tasks which I have to start. And the second thing is, you have your self-analyzation. Out of 10 tasks, how productive you are that day. Whether you are productive or not, you are not showing it to anyone. That is for your self-analyzation. When you analyze yourself, you get an insight into your problem, where you are wasting your time. What are the time thieves? I'm going to talk about time thieves as well. So, and one more advantage in writing the to-do list and giving a tick mark whenever you finish is, whenever you finish a task, there is a particular hormone that releases in your brain. We call it as dopamine. Dopamine is a happy hormone. Let me give you an example. Kalyan Garu, are you there?
Yes,
Kalyan
ma'am.
Garu,
Yes, ma'am.
am I fast or it's okay?
It is fine, madam. It is fine. You carry on. Okay.
Audio and all is fine?
Everything is fine, ma'am. You just carry on. There is a little bit problem in YouTube. I'm sorting it out, ma'am. No issues. You carry on. This is fine here. Yeah.
So, so by having to-do list, not only we are having a kind of a reminder, that is also improving our happiness. Let me give you one example. We have a long pending work for 1 week, 10 days. We are starting postponing. I have to apply for this. I have to fill my examination fee, or I have to apply for this. So many things we'll be having in our mind. One fine day morning, you get up and you finish it off. How do you feel the whole day? You feel as if you have climbed an Everest. Why this is happening with us? This is happening with us because our dopamine has been released. So whenever you have a to-do list, you are giving a tick mark, definitely your dopamine levels will be very, very high. When you are happy, nothing can stop you from succeeding. Success will be yours. So having to-do list is the first tip in time management. And the second tip is identifying the time thieves. Time thieves. So let me tell you what are the time thieves, because this is not question and answer session. So the first thing everyone says is social media. The first comes the WhatsApp, the second comes the Facebook. The second time thief in general scenario is gossiping. According to the research, we waste lots of time on gossiping. And the third thing is indulging in negative thoughts. That is the third time thief what we have. So how to overcome this time thieves? How can we identify that our time is being taken away by someone, and how we can come out of it is very, very important. So let me tell you a few tips on how to identify the time thieves. The first thing is, from morning till evening for 1 week, only for 1 week, try to write down what you are doing every single half an hour. From 7:30 to 8, what you did, 8:30 to 9, what you did, 9 to 9:30, what you did. All these things will help you out in identifying how did you spend that day. Say, for example, after the session, I go in my community and start talking to a few females in and around. I'll continue the talking for 1 hour or 2 hours. See, that 1 hour or 2 hours are being wasted. That doesn't mean that you should not have a social life. I am going to give you tips for that as well. So the first thing is, whenever you are writing it down, you will be very clear on what you are wasting most of the time and how can you control it. For example, WhatsApp is a necessity these days. So what you can do is try to work for 1 hour and set an alarm for 10 minutes. Initially, it will be a bit difficult. It will be a bit boring, but we have to do it because we are trying to enhance our skills and improve our lifestyle and be successful in our life. So in the initial period, set 10 minutes ka alarm. You can watch anything. 10 minutes, maybe WhatsApp, maybe Facebook, or listening to the music. After 10 minutes, you are ritualistically coming back to your task. So slowly you're training your brain in such a way that you're not getting deviated from your mainstream of completing the task. This is the second tip what I want to give. So the first one is to-do list. Second thing is identifying a time thieves, then managing your time by setting alarm of 10 minutes. And next, coming to the time management. So you always should have a plan. If you didn't plan, then you are planned to fail. If you plan to fail, then don't plan. That is what my suggestion is. If you want to be successful, then you should have a plan. Plan for next 1 month, what you want to do, what kind of files you want to finish, or what kind of projects or research work, what you want to finish for 1 month. After this, what you want to do. So you should have plan for every hour, every month, every year. Today, 2020, I am here. 2021, what should I do on July 23rd? What should my social status, physical status, and my name and fame, where I am going ahead? This is how you should have an idea. Why should we have an idea? I'll tell you in thought processing. That is also one of the domain of the session. So now you know how to manage your time. So you are having a plan, you are having a to-do list, you are identifying your time thieves and trying to come out of it. These are all the 3 tips for time management. The second thing is why we are more stressed out other than time is interpersonal relationships. All of us have problems with our relationships. It may be our colleagues, it may be our spouses, our children, our family members. Everywhere we have problem with interpersonal relationships. Some relationships will break up suddenly, some relationship will be continuing with a kind of friction in it, but still we are having some kind of problem. So now I will talk about the interpersonal relationships. The first thing which comes in interpersonal relationships is, let me ask you one question. What is the difference between the living beings and a human being? Generally, we tell lots of things. They have a tail, they have 4 limbs, and they walk on 4 limbs, and we walk only 2 limbs, all those things. But the main difference is smiling and communication, language. They also will talk, but they doesn't have all these emotions and expressions, very big, very small kind of expressions they don't have. They just have a kind of communication where they can identify the danger or the biological needs. That's it. So the communication plays a main role in interpersonal relationships. So let me give you one example regarding the interpersonal relationships. The first thing is, whenever you have to remove 2 C's from your communication, 2 alphabet C's. One is controlling, the other is commanding. So why are we remove controlling and commanding means we are not here to control anyone, or we cannot command anyone. You cannot control 2 years child these days. So how can you control the other people in and around you? So you cannot control and command. So you have to remove the controlling and commanding way of communication from your speech. I'll teach you how. So the first thing is, it's always I, it's not you. Whenever I'm pointing out towards you, then immediately the other person will become defensive. So they'll come into a kind of an anger. You are very late today. Yes, I am late. So what? See, the other person has come into a defense mode. So it's always I. I'll give you a simple example. So when the spouse reaches home a bit late, generally it happens is, you are very late today, I'm very hungry. Then the person who entered into the house says that, go and die, who bothers about you? If you are hungry, you should have had your dinner. Why are you waiting for me? These kinds of things are coming in our mind because the other person has become defensive, because you pointed out towards their inability. That's why they are starting into an argument mode. Let me give you how you can ask this. The question is, I am very hungry. If you say I am very hungry, immediately the person who entered into the house says that, please give me 2 minutes. Let me take out my chappal and wash my face and come and have dinner with you. See how the difference between the 2 things. 2 things are the same. The person at home is trying to tell that they are hungry and that they are waiting for the other person. But the way you are putting it is entirely different. So it's always I, it's not you. Try to take out that you from your communication. You should start with I want to finish off this task. Can you help me out? This is how you can say, you do this, I'll help you out. That is not going to work. Because people, when you are pointing out, when you are trying to give them a command, definitely they'll become defensive. And in that defense, because of the anxiety or worry or the stress, they cannot fulfill the task the way you wanted it. So it's always I. This is the first tip. Second tip, and whenever you are talking, whenever you want to get the information from others, you have to put it as a statement. You are not supposed to put it as a question mark. The question mark is always makes the other person hyper vigilant. Hyper vigilant means, let me tell you, I think this is a psychological word. Vigilance officer, same way you become hyper vigilant. You try to point out each and every weakness of the other person. So don't put it in a question, make it as a statement. So let me give you one more example. If your child is coming late from the school or the college, if you say, or your spouse is coming late, why are you late today? Then they have 101 stories to tell to you, which is not going to help you out. And next time they are very clear that you are going to ask this question, they'll try to cook up one more story. In that cooked up story, you find out some mistakes and you start, see, the discussion has become into an argument, and argument leads to a fighting. So how to ask this question when someone is coming late? The only simple thing is, I think you are a bit late today. What happened? So this is how you are going to try to elicit. It should be very calm and quiet. And whenever you are trying to ask a question, slow down your volume. Volume should be very, very low, and your sentence should be very clear. If you have a loud voice, for example, I have a loud voice. So whenever I have to communicate with others, I have to slow down my voice so that other person will feel a kind of compassion mode so that they can communicate with me. So you have to lower your voice. So the second tip is, it's not a question mark, it's only the statement. And the third thing is, you have to reduce your volume when you are asking a question so that the other person don't get into a rage of anger. So this is the third tip. And fourth tip is, it's always we. It's not you and me, it's we. So when you have a group thing you have to do, it should start with we. We will discuss about it. We'll make the other person very comfortable to sit with you and discuss with you. If you are telling, you come and talk to me, that is not going to work. So it should be we. We'll have lunch together. We are going to celebrate Diwali tomorrow. So it is always we. Whether you are participating in the tasks or not, that is different issue, but that is a we. So this is the fourth tip which you have to understand in interpersonal relationships. Let me repeat you one more time. The first thing is, it's always I, it's not you. This is always we, and this is not you or I. That is, if it is in a group, it is always we. And never ask a question. It should be in a statement form. Always it should be a statement form. Your volume should be very low when you are talking with others. These are all the few things which you have to understand in communication in interpersonal domain. The second domain in interpersonal relationships is jealousy. We are jealous about everything. The person is 5 foot 5 inches and we are 5 foot 3 inches. We are jealousy about that person, even though that is nothing to do with anything, but we are jealous. Some person is getting an increment, we are jealous about it. Some person is fair, some person is tall. For everything, jealousy has become a part and parcel of our life. You know, guys, what is meant by jealousy? Jealousy is inability. When you are having inability, you feel jealous about it. Let me give you a few examples regarding that so that you can understand. For example, I have a neighbor who is 35 kgs of weight and I am 85 kgs. My old dream is I have to reduce my weight. So whenever I look at that neighbor, I feel very jealous. I don't feel like talking to her. I don't feel like saying a hi also, because I am very jealous. Somehow I cannot tolerate her. She is getting into the lift number 2. I'll go into the lift number 4. I just don't want to tolerate them. So what I am doing, I am avoiding her. And whenever there is a group of people talking about XYZ, I go take up this topic as a topic and talk about it. And I am getting into a negative phase of thought process. I'm going to talk about the thought process also in a few minutes. So by this, what is happening? Because I'm jealous, first of all, I'm avoiding people. Second thing is I'm getting involved in gossiping. Third thing is my main aim of reducing weight is never been achieved. So I have inability to reduce my weight. That's why I am jealous about her. For example, I believe that I can reduce my weight. Oh yeah, I can do it. Then what I'll do? I'll go talk to her and say that, hi, how are you? What do you have for your breakfast? How can you manage your weight? Do you think that eating, having 2 times tea will put on weight? See what is I'm doing here. Here, I made her as a role model. By making her as a role model, I am becoming a very positive person. I am a very good neighbor. At the same time, I am not in stress, and my main goal of reducing weight will be achieved. And jealousy is sometimes is mainly because of insecurity also. When you are insecure about something, you feel jealous about it. So don't worry about you becoming jealousy. The people who are whom you are jealous about, make them as your role models. So I'm making my neighbor as role model. I'm having a close relationship with her. I'm talking to her and getting the details so that I can reduce my weight. So whenever you are having a role model, your success is for sure, because you are modeling them. You are modeling their way of, I am modeling the way she is eating. I'm modeling the way she is having her food, her exercise habits, everything. So by modeling, we can achieve lots and lots of things. This is being proven by Bill Gates. You know what Bill Gates told? He said that I always want to be a follower. So the people who starts the job will be in trouble. They don't know how to go. So they have lots of trial and error methods. But the people who are walking at the back can definitely know, I have to step here. The second step is on the right hand side. The third step is on the left hand side. So I am very clear. So by modeling others, we can achieve our whatever will and wishes we have, we can achieve it. This is the second main domain about the interpersonal relationships. So this is how you have to manage. Okay. And the third thing is encounter stress. Sometimes you don't know what is the reason, but you have stress in your life towards particular situations or towards particular people. For example, I have to give a session for 100 people. I'm stressed out. For 10 people in my department, I'm okay, fine. So this is my inability. So whenever these kinds of things are coming in front of me, my HOD called me and said that, no, you have to go address 100 people. I'm encountering a situation. That's why I'm feeling this stress. So how to come out of this encountering stress is, I am going to teach you a very good problem solving skill here. People who have pen and paper can write it down. Any problem on the universe can be reduced with 3 A's. Alphabets A, B, C, D, A. So let me talk about the 3 A's in problem solving. The first thing is alter. If something is there in my hands, I have to alter it. For example, in between the session, I just called Kalyan and asked whether the mic is working, everything, because we can do something about it. So that is altering. When something is in your hands, you can alter it. The second thing is, if you are not able to alter, for example, I cannot alter a few people in my life, few situations in my life. The people who are married there understand this sentence. I cannot alter them. So what is happening now? So I have to avoid. I can completely avoid certain people whom we are encountering a kind of negativity or stress. Why we feel that negative things, even though we are not talking to the people? Let me give you one example. By looking at some people, we don't feel like wishing them. Sometimes we want to avoid them. We just don't want to stand there. This is only because the differences in the aura. Aura is the energy levels what you have in and around your physical body. When the other aura and your aura are not matching, you cannot get connected. Even though you don't have a conversation, but still you can't stand with these kinds of people. There is nothing wrong in it, but it's only the composition. For example, 1 glass milk, 1 glass water. The other person must be having 1.5 glass milk and half glass water, where you are not able to match it. So this is how what it happens. If this is the case, then you avoid. In some scenarios, neither you can alter the situation nor you can avoid the situation. Then the only one big mantra is accept. So the first thing is alter. The second thing is avoid. The third thing is accept. Let me tell you one more example. Why I am giving examples is so that you will understand easily. So we have accepted lots of people in our life. Maybe our teachers. I never liked my social teacher, but still I accepted. I never liked a particular professor in my college, but still I accepted. I don't like certain things in my mother personality, but still I accepted. We accept lots of people. We accept our friends. We accept our colleagues. We accept our HODs. Suddenly, for few people, we show the resistance. We have to understand why this resistance is, because either you want to control them or command them, or your thought process must be saying that I am correct. Whatever I am doing is correct. Whatever they are doing is wrong. Again, the problem is, see, every person is born and brought up in different scenarios, in different family setups. So everyone has their own way of thinking process, own way of behavior, own way of setting up things. Everything differs, including the food habits, everything. So When you think that you are correct, maybe the other person is also thinking the same, that they are correct. This is what they have learned from past 20 years or 30 years. So how can you expect them to change immediately because your thought process is correct? Maybe this is correct for you, but not for others. Clear? So whenever you are encountering stress, try to alter the situations or avoid the situations or accept the situations. Now, as I'm telling you from so long, thought process, let me tell you about the thoughts. So the main stress for our life is one more domain. The fourth domain is thoughts. Our thoughts are the main culprits, because the thought is the only thing which you can understand. Your thought says that you cannot reduce weight. Your thought says that you're not going to get this. Your thought says so many things. So whenever our thoughts are negative, not only our stress is increasing, we are also getting into a negative mode. I'll give you a few good examples. If you want to be a successful person, if you want to succeed in anything, it may be anything, you should have that positive thoughts. Let me give you one very good example. All of us passed our 10th standard, right? We all had science paper in it. So let me tell you this example. In science paper, we had 10 chapters. So I studied 9 chapters, telling that 10th chapter, I'll leave it in choice. Anyway, choice is there, I can leave it. So when my mom asked me, I'm very intelligent child. So I told, no, don't worry. I prepared very well. I'm going to get 100 marks in science because I prepared well. But still my mind is telling that you have to finish one chapter. But again, my heart is telling that don't worry, yaar, I'm going to leave it in the choice. So this is the scenario now. So what happened? I went into the examination hall. I took the question paper, and in one section there are 2 questions from 10th chapter, and I have to answer one question. So now what I will do? Most of you tell that you will leave the paper, ma'am, or you will write something, ma'am. But generally, all of us, all the participants who are there, all of us might have done. We add all the 9 chapters and write the 10th answer. That is the headache of the person who is correcting the paper. Let him decide wherever he finds the answer, let him give the marks. This is how we managed, because I entered into the examination hall that I am going to manage with my 10th chapter. I know I can deal with it. I am going to leave it. This was my thought process. Let me tell you this same example in another way. So I prepared for the exam. I didn't prepare for the 10th chapter. I went into the examination hall. Immediately my jigri dost has come in front of me and told that, did you finish your 10th chapter? Then immediately I told, no, yaar, I'm going to leave it in choice. Then my friend told, oh my God, you don't know, last year you got 10 questions from 10th chapter. Finish. All your positivity is gone. Your brain started becoming anxious. You don't know what it is. You took the question paper. The first question is, what is your name? You know what your mind says? Maybe it is funny. Your mind says that it is in 10th chapter. We might have encountered these kind of situations lots of times. After coming home, we might have felt that, oh my God, I know this answer. I know this formula. How can I miss this? This might have happened with us because we are in a negative state of mind. So when you think that I'm going to do it, I'm going to achieve it, definitely you're going to achieve it. Let me give you one more example, how the brain works. Brain works on the clues what you are giving to the brain. Hopefully, I'm not very scientific in telling regarding the brain and all, but you should understand, right? So how the brain works. Brain works on the clues what you give. For example, I love the Cooper car. So the whole day I was thinking about the Cooper car. I was browsing regarding the Cooper car. I was looking into the videos of Cooper car. Then next day when I go onto the road, I see only Cooper cars. This might have happened with all the people there. You want to buy one kind of bike or one kind of shirt or one kind of attire, you will look at only those things will come in front of you. Before that also they were there, but you never gave importance to that. This is how the brain works. The more the importance you are giving in your brain, the more brain starts searching for the clues. So you have to give a positive suggestions to your brain. And why we become negative is most of the times we are negative. And the research says that 80% of our brain is filled with negativity. So why we are getting attracted to the negative means we learn from our past experiences, and sometimes we hear it from others. So we have two kinds of way of getting into a kind of thought process. Let me give you one more example. So I have a Maruti car. Today I bought Maruti car and I went to Phanindra Garu and told, Phanindra Garu, do you know I bought a Maruti car. I just want to, maybe we'll say it as Maruti Shift. So I went to Phanindra Garu. I told, sir, today I bought Maruti car. So I was taking a reverse gear, but I think it was not so easy for me to take a reverse gear. It was not so easy for me to put a reverse gear. This is the only sentence I have used. And one more person, Kalyan, also bought the Maruti Shift. And he also came to Phanindra Garu, and he also told that, sir, you know what happened? I was waiting for my income tax returns. I didn't get any money, sir. In spite of that, I have to pay 222 rupees to the income tax department. Now tell me, how many of you want to buy Maruti car, Maruti Swift? No one want to buy, because there are only negative things. And do you think that Phanindra Garu is going to go to the showroom and see that whether the Maruti Shift gear is coming or not, whether it is working or not? No, the brain has learned some experience from outside. This is not our personal experiences. This is others' experiences, which we started decoding it in our brain and starting to build up a kind of thought process. This is what we do when we are watching unwanted news, unwanted WhatsApp videos, unwanted TikToks. This is what happens with us. We are unknowingly getting the negative information from outside. Let me give you the same example in a vice versa. So I went to Phanindra Garu and told, you know what happened? They gave me a scratch card. I scratched it. I got 1,000 rupees. Finish. And Kalyan Garu also went to Phanindra Garu and told that, you know what happened? From so long I was waiting for this. I got these papers, or I got my key. I found my key where it was. So now tell me, how many of you want to buy Maruti Swift? See, the brain will change within minutes. The way you train your brain, the brain will work on that. It's like a steering in your hand. The way you drive, that depends upon your thought process. So being positive is always brings us success. So the thought process should be always positive. What happens when you are talking about negatives? I think few of the students are there. I'm addressing mainly to the students and people who are into education field. When we hear about a negative thing, for example, today morning I had a argument with my sister. So I went to the department. I called my colleague. See, Dr. Garu, what happened? See, I had an argument with my sister. So do you think I'm going to stop there? No. And my Dr. Garu will give me some kind of clues. You know what happened when I was very young? My sister also told the same thing. And I'll start from 1942, 1952, 62, 72. From 2022, I'll be going on talking about all the things. So what I am doing here, I am digging all my past memories, digging everything, digging the graveyard. This is nothing to help me out. When you are getting into the past is a graveyard. Please don't dig it. We are not getting into the past. Anyway, we are not going to change it. So let us not think about the past. Whenever I'm thinking about the past, most of my memory is being used by the past situations and past scenarios. As our mobile has a particular GB of memory, same way our mind has a particular GB of memory. If we are a negative person, we cannot learn new things because that memory will be filled with all the negative stuff. So please try to avoid negative people in and around you. And sometimes we pretty well know that if you are talking to certain people, you get headache and you don't feel like picking up their call also because of the negativity. Why negativity is troubling is see, I have a problem. For example, the same example, I had an argument with my sister. I want to ventilate it. That is like a vomiting, which is there in my tummy and we want to come out. And what I am doing, I am calling my colleague and I am venting it out. So what is happening? The other person has to clean it. I am happy because I vented it out. So this is what happens when you are staying with a negative person. You have to clean yourself. That means your thoughts has to subside. You have to clean your thoughts. You have to clean your speech, everything, your memory, you have to clean it. So this is what happens. So please try to avoid the negative talking. So I have spoke about the thought process. Let me give you gist of the thought process. The first thing is we are not talking about negative things. The more the positivity, the more the success. Always think about the possibilities of achieving any task or achieving any skill. Definitely you're going to achieve it, because the mind will give you the clues. And try to avoid the negative people in your life. And as well, I have told you the problem solving skills. You can accept, avoid, alter. These three things we can do. So coming to the next stress management thing is, I'm going to teach you a kind of relaxation technique now. So people who are sitting, please sit comfortable. Let me give you the instructions. Please try to learn it so that you can do it within 3 to 5 minutes of any time, wherever you are sitting, whether you are sitting in your car, your department, anywhere you are sitting in your puja room, you get relaxed with this relaxation technique. So your stress levels will come down. Please sit in a comfortable posture. This is not meditation. So it doesn't mean like sitting straight and your spinal cord straight, nothing. Just sit in a comfortable posture, and no crossing of hands and legs. Don't cross your hands and legs. Don't cross your hands and legs. It should be free. Hands open to the sky. You can place your hands on the lap like this, open to the sky, palm looking at the sky. Okay. So I'm going to tell you this relaxation technique. So please try to learn this. So close your eyes. Every one of you close your eyes. Take a deep breathe. Take a deep breath. I am going to tell one parts of the body. Just concentrate on that part of the body. Breathe in, breathe out slowly. Concentrate on your fingers of your foot. Just check whether they are relaxed or not. If there is any tension, pressure, relax. Relax is your tips of your fingers of your foot. Now concentrate on your sole of your foot. Just relax. No tension, no pressure. You can change your posture at any point of time. Just relax. Now concentrate on your ankles. No tension, no pressure. Just relax. Feel the relaxation in your mind and body. Slowly moving ahead. Concentrate on your calf muscles. Just relax. Feel the relaxation in your calf muscles. No tension, no pressure. Don't get distracted with the outside voices. Don't get distracted with your own thoughts. Just relax. Concentrate on your knees. Just relax. Concentrate on thighs. Just relax. Feel the relaxation in your thighs. No tension, no pressure. Let the thoughts come and go. Don't get distracted with them. Just concentrate on my voice. Slowly moving ahead, concentrate on your lower abdomen. Just relax. Feel the relaxation in your lower abdomen. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't get distracted with outside voices. Don't get distracted with your own thoughts. Just relax. Concentrate on your upper abdomen. Relax. Feel the relaxation in your upper abdomen. No tension, no pressure. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly moving ahead. Concentrate on your chest area. Relax. Don't get distracted with outside voices. Don't get distracted with your own thoughts. Just relax. Concentrate on your shoulders. Relax. Feel the relaxation in your shoulders. Just relax. Concentrate on your fingers of your hand. Relax. No tension, no pressure. Concentrate on your wrist. Relax. Feel the relaxation in your wrist. Just relax. Concentrate on your lower arm. Just relax. Concentrate on your upper arm. Feel the relaxation in your entire body. No tension, no pressure. Don't get distracted with outside voices. Don't get distracted with your thoughts. Just relax. Concentrate on your neck. Relax. Concentrate on your lower jaw. Relax. No tightening of tongue. No clenching of teeth. Just relax. Look at all the muscles in your face getting relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Concentrate on your eye area. No tightening of eyes. Feel the relaxation in your eye area. Slowly moving ahead. Concentrate on your forehead. Relax. Don't get distracted with your thoughts. Just concentrate on my voice. Slowly moving ahead. Concentrate on your top of your head. Relax. Feel the relaxation. Concentrate on your back of your head. Relax. Concentrate on your back of your neck. Relax. No tension, no pressure. Just breathe in, breathe out. Concentrate on your upper back of the body. Relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Concentrate on your lower part of the body, back body. Relax. Feel the relaxation in your lower back of the body. Just relax. Concentrate on your upper shoulder, lower back of your legs. Relax. Concentrate on your back of your legs completely. Relax. Let me repeat the same suggestions because you have to learn it. So I'm going to tell you whenever you are breathing in. So just imagine there is a small light which you are taking inside from the universe, that is from the universe through your oxygen. Whenever I say a particular part of the body, take that light to that particular part of the body and heal that part of the body and come back. Okay, let me repeat one more time the instructions. While you are breathing in, just imagine you are taking a small magical light from the universe, taking it to each and every part of the body, whatever I say, and you are healing the body with that light and coming back to the next part. So let me continue the instructions. Breathe in, heal your fingers of your foot. Slowly breathe in, heal your sole of your foot. Slowly breathe in, heal your ankles of your foot. Breathe in, slowly heal your calf muscles. Breathe in, slowly heal your knees. Just take the light towards your knees. Heal the knee area. Slowly breathe in, heal your thighs. Slowly breathe in, heal your lower abdomen. Slowly breathe in, heal your upper abdomen. Slowly breathe in, heal your chest area. Slowly breathe in, heal your shoulders. Slowly breathe in, heal your fingers of your hand. Slowly breathe in, heal your wrist. Slowly breathe in, heal your forearm, that is front arm. Slowly breathe in, heal your upper arm. Slowly breathe in, heal your neck. Slowly breathe in, heal your lower jaw. Slowly breathe in, heal your upper jaw. Slowly breathe in, heal your eyes. Breathe in, heal your top of your head. Breathe in, back of your head. Breathe in, back of your neck. Breathe in, back of your upper part of the body. Breathe in, lower part, back of the body. Breathe in, back of your legs. Take 5 deep breathe in, breathe outs. Breathe in all the positivity from the universe. Positive thoughts, positive emotions, positive feelings. Let go. Let go of all the negativity from you. Let go of negative people, negative thoughts, negative emotions. Let it go. Breathe out all the negativity. Your body is being fully healed with the magical light what you took with your breath. So breathe in all the positivity from the universe, positive thoughts, positive emotions and positive feelings. Breathe out all the negative thoughts, negative emotions and negative feelings. Let go of negative thoughts. Let go of all the feelings, negative feelings what you are holding from so long. Let it go. Feel free to fly. Don't hold it. Don't let go of your past. Let go of the negative incidents in your life. Breathe in and breathe out for 5 times. I'll also do with you guys. Then we'll continue the session. Okay, all of you come back. So we are continuing with our stress management. I have given you a beautiful tip called body scanning. This is the tip which you can, this scanning technique will release you from all the anxiety. And you can, when you have insomnia, that is inability to sleep, you have some kind of sleep disturbances, you can follow this while lying down on the bed. If you try to do this, sorry, definitely you'll definitely you'll go back to your sleep. So whenever you got up in between the sleep or you have trouble in initiating the sleep, you can try this technique. Definitely it is going to help you out in all the sleep disorders. Just follow this, your stress will be coming out, because when you are stressed out, you try to tighten your muscles. By doing this technique, we are releasing the muscles. By releasing the muscles, your brain feel that you are relaxed. So the thought process will slow down and you start thinking in a positive way. And let me continue with the management tips. The first tip, the next tip in stress management is having a good smile. Why should we have a good smile? So people say that smile will impress others, smile will give you positivity, smile has smile doesn't cost you anything, smile improves your face value. On the top of all of it, it's like icing on the cake, smile will improve your immune system. So you should have a good smile on your face. These are all the advantages. You get positive relationships, your things will be done very easily, and then so many things. But that also has an impact on your cortisol levels. That will reduce your cortisol levels. Let me give you one beautiful example about smile. So most of us might have watched the Comedy Nights with Kapil. So whenever I say the Comedy Nights with Kapil, what feeling you got in your heart? There is a small smile on your face. You got a kind of relaxed feeling. So the brain is a fool. If you say you are happy, it starts believing it. Like now have I told you about the Comedy Nights with Kapil. So this is what happens. So if you are having a good smile, your brain starts perceiving it as you are happy. So you are relaxed. So the cortisol levels will will not be produced, or whatever levels, it will come down. So having a good smile always improves your immune system. So be happy and stay happy. So we are running short of the time. Otherwise, I might have taught you a few laughing techniques also, which we can enjoy. Let us see, next session we'll continue with laughing session. So having good smile is one of the tip. The second thing is, people say that my BMI is 23. I don't need to go for an exercise. I don't need yoga. But don't do that, because physical exercise will improve your immune system, as well as when you are doing physical exercise, your oxygen levels intake will be very high, where each and every muscle of your body will be strengthened, so that you stay fit for long time. And the third thing is, whenever you are doing exercise, there is a hormone called endorphin will be released. Endorphin has a morphine effect. People from science background must be knowing what is morphine. Morphine is a kind of a drug which relieves you from pain. It may be emotional pain or it may be physical pain. So whenever you are doing physical exercise, you have the effects of endorphins, where you can manage the pain, where you can have a kind of resistance towards the pain. It may be physical pain or it may be emotional pain. So you should have physical exercise a compulsory. And the next tip is getting connected with your childhood friends. If you have childhood friends, whatever they are, whether they are good or bad or whatever it is, you should cling on to your childhood friends. Why should we cling on to our childhood friends is, the first thing is, we make friendships as we are in the childhood. Let me give you one good example about it. Say, for example, I'm studying in 3rd standard and I have a good friend whose name is Sita. So we both are very close friends. And today is Sita's birthday, and she pretty well knows that I don't like gems, anything related with Cadbury's, I mean cocoa powder. So I don't like it. So now today Sita has bought gems for all the classmates. Do you think Sita will get gems for me? No, definitely she'll fight with her parents and say that my friend Anita never likes gems, so I have to get her something like Poppins or some other thing. So she'll go and get me Poppins, because we has a close bonding. She knows what I am, what I like, everything. As the age improves, as the age is going towards 15, 18, 20, 21, we have different masks to wear. I have a mask in front of my husband. I have a different mask in front of you guys. I have one more mask in front of my HOD. So everyone starts wearing masks. At one point of time, you doesn't know who you are. Your self-identity is being lost because we are in the masks. You know what is meant by personality? Persona is the main Latin word for personality. Persona is mask. So you try to wear each and every mask every time whenever you encounter a particular person. So, but in childhood, you doesn't have any mask. Once you cross your 13, 14 years, you start weaving your own masks. So that is the real friendship. People know about you, your likes and dislikes. You can share anything with them. So this is how you have to manage with your childhood friends. The next tip is talking to the parents. People will think that this Anita ma'am is telling to talk with your parents, but my parents are very cranky. They'll ask me 100 questions. I understand few parents are over enthusiastic, over insecure. They ask lots of things. They have their own personality. We have to accept them. As I told you, alter, avoid, or accept. Now, because they are our parents, they have given us this body and brain, we have to accept them. So what is the use of talking to the parents? When you are talking to the parents, one research has clearly revealed that parents' voice will reduce the stress in us. Am I clear? When you listen to a parent's voice, your stress will come down. So please try to talk to your parents on a regular basis. If you have a grown-up children, please try to talk to them so that their stress levels will come down. This is the next tip. And last but not least is having a hobby. Whenever someone coming into my cabin, if I ask them what hobbies you have, most of them will tell that it's listening to the music. And according to my understanding, listening to music is not a hobby. Let me tell you with an example. You start listening to the music, You listen for one sentence or two sentences or maybe 1 minute of song. After that, you are into your own thoughts. And again, you come back, you start listening to the song. Again, you go into your thoughts. So whenever you are doing any task passively, that is not called as hobby. Whenever you are doing with all your five senses, for example, you are drawing, you are cooking, you are doing some kind of official task, then that is called, because you cannot get your focus out of the task. It may be cooking, it may be swimming, anything. You should have one hobby at least. Every week, you have to spend 30 minutes of time in your hobby. At one point of time, I'm telling you, at the end of 40s or 50s, you think that what kind of life I have lived. I was running behind my money, or I was running behind my name and fame. I was doing everything in my family. I didn't do anything for myself. This regret will be with everyone. You might have heard about Steve Jobs. I know most of you know who is Steve Jobs. He has written in his last sentences, whatever I want, I couldn't do. So when the last time came, I'm regretting. So try to do whatever you like. This is one thing. And last, we have 10 minutes. I don't want to waste anyone's time, so we'll end on time. I want to teach you regarding one dose. D-O-S-E. Please write it down, people who has pen and paper. D-O-S-E. Daily dose will not give you any kind of stress. D is dopamine. Dopamine is doing the tasks. As I have told you in time management, you should have a to-do list. In that, you have to give a tick. Whenever you are giving a tick, your dopamine will be released. This is D. O. O is oxytocin. Oxytocin can be released. Don't write the hormone name. You write what you have to do. So this hormone will be released when you have close relationships. That means you should have a kind of physical touch. That's why whenever we are talking to others, we used to shake hand, but because of the pandemic, we are doing only namaste. But within the family members, you can have a close relationships. You have small children, go hug them and talk to them, pat them, make them sit beside you, because they also need a kind of physical touch with them. Whatever anger you have on your spouse, at the end of the day, just try to have a good hug and go to sleep. That will improve your health, immunity, and reduce your stress. This is the O. And S. S is released by service. What is meant by service? Service can be anything. You want to do a social service, because of the lots of the time and in this pandemic, we cannot go out, we cannot do anything, but we can help others. If your junior is asking something, just help them out. Nothing wrong in it. Someone helped us. That's why we are here. So whatever you took, you have to give it back. So try to help them. Or you want to teach online classes, free classes, whatever it is, whatever way you want to help. You want to help your spouse, help her or him in the household works. Or try to understand people. This is the O, S part of it. E, D-O is doing things. O is having a physical touch. S is service. E is exercise and eating good food. So having a nutritious food is very, very important. Exercise, I have already spoke about it. Having exercise, doing exercise is also very, very important to reduce our stress. If you are able to manage this dose every day, you are not at all stressed out. Now, all of you can ask me a question. Ma'am, in spite of all these things, do you think that we don't have stress? I understand you. So let me tell you one more story. I'm very good in telling stories, you know. I give lots of examples because I want other person to understand what I'm talking. So I take a bowl of ice cubes. I want to heat it up. I want to bring them to a boiling point. How much time it will take? Sorry, it will take 20 minutes for me to boil. So same, instead of ice cubes, if I take ice water, maybe 15 minutes. Okay, if I am taking room temperature water, maybe 10 minutes. If I'm taking warm water, maybe 5 minutes. If I'm taking boiling water, how much time it will take? It will, in no time, the water will become boiling. So I want you guys, mind should be like ice cube. You need lots of stress into you so that you getting into a boiling point. If you are managing your stress, then you need lots of things to get you into a boiling point. Otherwise, you are like cool like ice cube. So I want you guys to manage your brain as ice cubes so that you won't get into any other kind of troubles or problems. So try to manage your stress in all these things. And regarding the pandemic, as we know, because of the pandemic, we are not able to go out, meet people, see lots of things. I'm going to give you a few more tips here. I know all the children are at home and they are troubling us from past 4 months sitting at home. We are not able to engage them in spite of online classes. There are lots of things. So let us not talk about the children. The first thing is, if you want to reduce your stress, every morning you have to sit in this posture. See, as if I have a ball in my hand, all the fingertips join together, all the fingertips. Guys, please mute your mics and videos. So this is the fingertips, what you have to do. You have to sit like this for just 5 minutes, so that what is happening, you know, there are only there is only one part of the body which right and left can touch each other in the same way, and the second part is your foot. So the hands and the foot can touch right and left. When you are touching the right and left, the left side of the body and the right hand side of the brain, both are getting activated. So the tips of your fingers are the tips of the brain nerve endings, so that it will give you a kind of calmness and you will become very, very calm. First thing. Second thing, you may not go out, but definitely you must be having a window. Try to sit in front of the window and have your cup of tea or coffee, so that you can see the natural light and the natural air. Please try to be in touch with nature. If you want to, if you have plants, go and sit in the plant area or in the garden if you have. If you don't have, just sit in front of the window so that you can see the natural light. Natural light will heal you. All the natural things will heal you very well. And second thing is, don't stay awake till after 10 o'clock. So having good sleep is also very, very important, because sleep has direct effect on our immune system. And all of you know that COVID is affecting the people whose immune system is weak. So we are trying to improve our immune system. So for that, what you have to do from 10 to 5 is the sleep time. You have to go to the sleep. So try to change your circadian cycle if you are sleeping at late night, or you have the habit of waking up late. Because in the night time, what happens in the dark, there are certain hormones which will be released that is good for our mental and physical health. So guys, this is what I want to tell you. Another 2 minutes are there. So if you have any queries, because we doesn't have any time to answer your queries, I have a website that I have started because I want my S hormone, that is service. So you can ask the question in that website. No name will be asked, no phone number will be asked. We don't know who you are. I just want to know the gender and the age, so that I can give appropriate answers for you, because now we are not having any kinds of question and answer sessions. And one more thing is, I want to tell you the website name, thebloomingbrains.com. thebloomingbrains.com. That is my website. So you can go through it, or you can Google it, Dr. Anita Are. You can get some kind of videos also on parenting tips. Recently, I'm doing it. So you can do that also. So to maintain stress management, I'm going to give you all the gist. First is communication. There is no you, this is only I. There is we, that is not you or I, and no questioning. And we are not using any kind of negative phrases. We are always starting with a positive phrase in it. So these are all the intercommunication. Second thing is, jealousy is inability. If you feel you are jealous, you have to model them instead of getting jealousy from them. The third thing is regarding the having the positive thought process. and you should be positive all the time. If you think that you are going to get it, you are definitely going to get it, because you are giving some clues to your brain so that your brain can manage. And always try to be positive. Avoid the negative people in your life, negative situations. Try to follow the 3A problem solving techniques: alter, avoid, accept techniques, and then try to avoid controlling and commanding communication type of system in your mind, and try to have a good smile in your face. And doing exercise is a compulsory, having a hobby is compulsory. Try to maintain good relationships with your childhood friends. Try to talk to your parents every day. If you have grown up children, you have to talk to them, and try to have a minimum kind of service, whatever way you can do. All these things will make your brain as ice cube. Hope I have covered most of the things. And over to you, Kalyan Garu. It is 4 o'clock.
Thank you, ma'am. I feel very happy for your session. And I wanted to tell you one thing, ma'am.
Yeah, please, sir.
So the session is very informative, and with the session, the participants have gained the knowledge very well. I hope all the participants have been encouraged by you, ma'am, with a positive corner due to this pandemic situation. That they cannot, they cannot sustain with this situation. But your speech has delighted them towards the a positive corner. I hope it has been beautiful yours, and even I feel very happy for your session personally. And I hope all the participants over 3,000 registrations. So many of the participants have been streamed towards, like in YouTube and Microsoft Teams. So they have been viewing your video. So initially, for the first 20 minutes, the video got no audio in the YouTube, but no problem, dear participants, because we have recorded the video in Teams. It is very clear. So I will re-upload the video in YouTube so that you can visit again and you can watch it again. So no issues about it. And after 20 minutes, everything is fine, ma'am. So I hope the participants have gained the knowledge very well with the session. And it is very informative, and it is very a generalized topic which everyone has to listen, ma'am. That is what we feel actually. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, ma'am. So the webinar has been attended by many persons who are related to teaching, parents, students, and everyone. So even I can't estimate their department. So I hope the mixture of all the persons have been made here, and it's a great pleasure to us to have you with this session, madam. And everything has gone fine, and very thank you so much, madam, for your session. And thank you, sir. And once again, I really thank management for giving this opportunity to to conduct this type of program. And we in future will also plan more FDPs or webinars with you, ma'am. In future, definitely your cooperation will be needed for us. And the participants are also requesting in the text boxes to conduct more webinars with you. And even I feel very happy. The participants have texted me personally, and also in the Teams and YouTube like chat boxes. So out of participants' interest, I have been telling you, ma'am. So we will plan more webinars in future, and it has been excellent session. And one more thing I wanted to tell you personally, not cumulatively, personally. So everyone in webinars, they will simply they will put a PPT or else whatever the video they have, they will keep the video and they will explain. Generalized, you have done very well, ma'am. It is very good, and thank you so much. And thank you for all the participants who have attended this session and utilized this session. So I hope everyone has to revisit the YouTube. I will re-upload the video again, and I will send you the stream video link to everyone, which is from first to last, everything. And participant questions, please you mail to me so that I will mail to ma'am. So ma'am will contact you in future. And one more thing, ma'am has also told that ma'am has one website, the Blooming Brains. Yeah, you can go. I also texted in YouTube and Teams chat box that website. You can go to the website and you can post the questions there. And if you wanted to contact ma'am, I will give you the contact details of ma'am also. You can in the Telegram group. So you can take the contact details of ma'am through it. And also, I hope the management of Balaji Institute of Technology and Science, Warangal, has conducted this webinar. And I feel very happy for giving this opportunity in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, which is very useful and helpful to everyone. So over 900 members of our institutions over 900 members of institution has registered, madam, including the students, staff, and everyone. I really appreciate and thank each and everyone of our organization, and also throughout 29 states of India. So many of the participants have been they have been registered and they have been attending, they are listening. So we feel very happy for you participants, and for further programs also, I have your database. I will definitely mail you for future programs. So if any inconvenience caused to you, please, I'm really sorry from our management, and questions will be answered through mail. So don't worry about it. And one more thing, the last thing regarding the certificate and feedback. So I will post the feedback link in YouTube, Telegram, and in the chat box of Microsoft Teams. So please be patient for 2 minutes and give your valuable feedback regarding the session and everything which I have included. And e-certificate will be generated automatically. If the limit crosses, it will take up to 1 day. So kindly wait up to 1 day. If after 1 day, if you won't receive certificate, kindly write to us. Don't text in WhatsApp or Telegram whether you don't have access, but you just write to us. Definitely, I will help you with the issue. So don't worry about your certificate. It will be received to you at any cost. So all the participants, I will post the link now. You give the feedback link, and it will be generated. And if it is generated, you can post in. I will relieve from Telegram group now. You can post your comments and sections from the Telegram group. And thank you so much. And I request Phanindra sir to talk for 2 minutes and to close the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kalyan. Madam, we are very fortunate to have you, madam. You are really a very good session. We got her today. And to be very open, frankly, I was relieved from stress after listening to the stress management. I really thank you, madam. And definitely we expect more programs from you. Yes. And really, it's a very good session, madam. Yeah, because running such a session is not easy, but you have handled like anything. It's really great to hear you. It's a privilege to have your session, madam. We are very thankful to you on behalf of management, principal, AO, as well as from the college, madam. Very thank you, madam. And I thank all the participants also, madam. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. I want to especially thank Phanindra Garu and Kalyan Garu, because they were coordinating with me for 10-15 days continuously. We were in WhatsApp and we are doing all these things. Thank you so much for being on time, starting on time, ending on time. I believe in time management, Phanindra Garu.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We hope in future programs we'll do, ma'am. And thank you all the participants for keeping mute option and make this program successful. Thank you so much. So shall I end the meeting, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, sir. Kalyan Garu, they are asking about the feedback link. Can you also, so I'll talk to you in person.
Yeah, I've posted, ma'am. I have posted already. They can